Why are numbers important in business? Well, the bottom line is that they're the scorecard of the business. A number of business owners that I've been dealing with and I have dealt with think that numbers are just the accounts at the end of the month, or they're the cash flows in the business, or there's something that the accountant prepares. Not the case. Numbers run right through the business, from your external marketing right through to your cash flows at the end. So you need to know your numbers. There's a saying, if you don't know your numbers, you don't know your business, because they are the language. Let's take marketing, for example. Now, a lot of business owners have a block when it comes to marketing because of the terms and because of how basically marketeers promote themselves. They promote themselves that it's a non-measurable activity. Not the case. All marketing is a numbers game. Now, let me explain that. Say you're doing a social campaign, or you're doing a direct selling campaign, which is a form of marketing. And when I mean direct selling, I mean your sales team. So what would you like to measure? Well, let's say we're doing a social campaign. Measuring likes, measuring follows, measuring all of that sort of stuff is okay, but it doesn't pay the bills. So what you've got to measure is you've got to measure your numbers right through the system. You've got to measure, your spend. You've got to measure who you connect with, how many likes, how many conversions to conversations, how many conversations to business, how many businesses upsell into other products, and things like that. So let's take a sales activity. Now, a sales activity may consist of how many calls are made in a day, how many conversions to those calls, and with that information you can say, well, how effective are my scripts, how effective are my sales force? Because the last thing you want to do is base any decisions on your gut feel. Not that that's a bad thing sometimes, but you need data and measurables to support your sometimes flawed views. When it comes to the back end, to the financial aspects of the business, your cash flows are critical, your forecasts are critical, your accounts are critical, because you need to know where you're tracking. Let me give you an example. When someone does a due diligence on a business that it wants to buy, the contracts and all of the things that the business owner might tell someone that does a due diligence, they're all checked with numbers. They're checked with third-party evidence, and best third-party evidence are your numbers. So if you've got net cash earnings that are increasing, that tells me that you've got quite a sound business. If you've got no profits in your business and no cash flows, well, that tells another story. So how do you do this? The best way to do this, to get familiar with your numbers, is to become numerate. Now, you could rely on your accountants, but they don't know marketing. And they're good at preparing accounts, but not interpreting and using them for the benefit of the business. Often, some are. So find resources online, find someone that can actually tell you what the numbers mean, because numbers can tell the story of the business. I love numbers because it tells me the real stories. They don't lie. They tell me what's happening. The trends tell me what's happening. If you want any help or any guidance on this, just hit me up, drop me a line, and I'm happy to talk through how you go about structuring your business in terms of looking at numbers and measurables to see if your plans are effective. Cheers for now, and look out for more videos which I'm preparing to give business owners guidance.